All right, next up here, Virginia and Miami. We've got the Hurricanes 19.5 point home favorites, 47.5 being the total here in this game. Money coming in on Miami a little bit, money coming in on the under as well here in this game as the total is dropping. Of course, with the Miami situation, check on the status of Tyler Van Dyke, who didn't play against Clemson due to the leg injury on Saturday. It was Emory Williams instead at quarterback in the game against Clemson. He actually played pretty solid, 24 for 33, 72% completions, very efficient. I know only one touchdown and he did have the one interception, but I was not expecting him to be throwing for over 70% completions against Clemson's defense. So I think you've got to give Emory Williams credit for the way he played in the absence of Van Dyke at quarterback for Miami last week in that game. Keep in mind, too, they got a little banged up at running back, Henry Parrish, Mark Fletcher. Their status in doubt. So make sure you check on that if you're going to bet this game on Saturday. What do we get from Virginia? That was a great game from Virginia, but it was also a lot. North Carolina kind of falling asleep there. The big win against Miami. They didn't play. They got North Carolina's like C- game, and Virginia played a really good game in that 31-27 win. But that's now 2 weeks in a row that Virginia has won. They've now covered 4 in a row, which tells you they've been undervalued. So that's sometimes what happens. You know, we had this bad start. They got trounced by Tennessee, trounced by Maryland. They lose to James Madison. And then the betting markets completely cool off on Virginia. And since that time, they've ripped off 4 straight point spread covers, including the big win against North Carolina last week. And the Musket man is not great, but he's getting better. They've been able to run the football a little bit better. And the defense is still a little bit of a suspect area. I mean, but the key thing for them is when you look at last week's game, they got an interception out of Drake May. They got some 4th down stops when they needed it. Now, again, they did still give up 480 yards or 490 yards of total offense to North Carolina. That is definitely a concern for this Virginia defense. I don't know. They're betting this thing under like Emory Williams is some big drop off from Van Dyke at quarterback. I saw a pretty solid, competent quarterback performance from Emory Williams against a team that's supposed to have a really good defense in Clemson. So I don't see the downgrade from Tyler Van Dyke to Emory Williams as anything close to maybe what the betting markets do here in this game. I'll tell you what, Virginia is probably the lean here because, look, they've covered 4 straight. They're clearly undervalued. Miami in this price range. Let's also keep in mind Miami is this bigger home favorite over the years. They've not been good. Look what happened against Georgia Tech the last time they were laying big points in this price range at home against Georgia Tech. They lost the game outright. The fucking Cristobal gaff of all time as well, not taking a knee at the end of that game. This is not a price range where I have any trust in Miami. I just don't, even coming off the nice win against Clemson. So I lean Virginia, and I actually lean over. The weather doesn't look like it's going to be that bad here in this game. Musket and the Virginia offense has been good enough. Their defense is still leaky. And like I said, Emory Williams didn't look like a huge drop-off from Tyler Van Dyke. I thought he played very well against Clemson. So to me, this total sitting at 47.5 is low enough where I think it can get up and over the total here. What do you think, C-Mac?
Yeah, it's gotten a little low. When I did look at this, if this was, 51, 52, I was really going to like the under. We'll see if this Virginia defense is getting maybe a little bit better this year. And what they did last week, Musket was just okay, and that's what he needs to be. Throw for 200 yards, don't throw a pick. They ran it right down, North Carolina's throat. I think they had about 230 on the ground. Miami's been very good against the run, though. Ranked 8th. They only give up 79 yards a game. So can they, get anything in this will be big. And we'll see. I thought Williams was good last week, but I want to see it again. I think this game, I think you got to be with the dog. I don't want to lay points with Miami. That was a good win for them last week. So I like the 18, and it's just a little low. But initially, I like the under as well, but we're getting low here, 47.5.
Yeah, series history matters too. I mean, the last 3 meetings, 5-point win for Miami, a 2-point win for Virginia a couple years ago, and then last year in overtime, a 2-point win for Miami. Yeah, Virginia's covered 3 straight head-to-head against Miami. So, yeah, to me, this is the dog or nothing. I'm not laying this number with Miami. And like I said, historically, not good in this larger home favorite role in recent years.